trades coming this offseason. Somebody sent this video to me on Instagram, and I was like, Then I went and looked it up, and I seen he was clickbaiting Ben Simmons in a Warriors jersey, and I'm like, wait, what? What's happening right now? So we gonna watch this and let's get it started.
Now with the NBA season coming to a close because of the recent hiatus, this hasn't stopped teams from shopping around players to see how they can improve moving forward. Bradley Beal began slowly taking over to the leader role on the Wizards, with John Wall continuing to heal. But after lots of speculation about Beal's future in Washington over the last year, it's no surprise he's on the move. This is because people believe the Wizards should have a definite spot in the playoffs, considering they have 2 stars and play in the East.
Even if they do, it's not going to matter.
Beal is coming off arguably the best season he's ever had, so his value might be the highest
first round, second round,
with averages of 30 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. He would be an asset on any team. Shipping Beal out would leave the Wizards with John Wall, hoping he can return to his old ways. But John's coming off a devastating Achilles injury and has now missed at least half of the team's regular season games in each of the past 3 years. The Wizards' choice to trade Beal would haunt them if Wall's significantly less than his former self. He's owed $132.9 million over the next 3 years, so they need him to be a star. The Pelicans seem to be the front runner for Bradley Beal, considering they pulled off a massive trade with the Lakers last season by using Anthony Davis for many assets in which they can use to lock down Beal. The Wizards are looking for Lonzo Ball, Jackson Hayes, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 3 first-round picks, and 2 seconds. This seems like a lot, because it is, but the Pelicans are facing a certain situation, and if they want to capitalize on Zion Williamson, then they need to make the move. With Donovan Mitchell taking the league by surprise and stepping up to superstar levels with his role in Utah,
I don't know,
everything seemed like it was going fine with the Jazz until recently.
I don't know if I give him Lonzo.
Reports revealed that Mitchell was frustrated with Gobert's careless behavior before he was aware that he had been infected with the virus. As of now, the Jazz are doing their best to fix the relationship between the 2 of their best players. But if they fail, they would be left with no choice but to trade one of them. With the Jazz having a record of 41-23 and Donovan Mitchell putting up 24 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists a game, it would be hard to get rid of him. But with his name floating around the trade market, many teams are going after him. The obvious front runner for Donovan Mitchell is the Denver Nuggets, who oddly enough are the team that actually drafted him before sending him to Utah. In the proposed trade scenario, the Nuggets would be sending a trade package including Michael Porter Jr., a 2020 first-round pick, and a 2022 first-round pick to the Jazz in exchange for Mitchell. At first glance, some people may think that the Nuggets are giving up too many valuable trade assets to the Jazz, but it's only a reasonable asking price for a player of Mitchell's caliber. Although there are concerns about his impact on Denver's defense, many believe that pairing Mitchell with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic makes sense for the team as a whole. Adding Donovan Mitchell would also make the Nuggets one of the best offensive teams in the league next season.
If I was the Jazz, though, I'd rather get rid of Gobert instead.
He began to grow as a player and is now playing a bit better than he did in LA, but still not as good as everyone expected. Lonzo averaged 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists per game with the Pelicans, and with his name coming up a lot in trade talks, it seems very likely he leaves New Orleans. Although the Pelicans used Anthony Davis as a way of getting lots of players from the Lakers, it seems as if the Pelicans want to use those same players to shop around again. Despite Zion Williamson being hurt for an extended period of time, the Pelicans went 28-36, turning up in the second half when Zion was playing. The Pelicans know that having generational talent like Zion means that they have to go all in getting him the pieces he needs to bring a championship to New Orleans. The Knicks are struggling at the point guard position, and Lonzo could be a good addition to that group. With the Knicks having aspirations of signing Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, they ended up with Julius Randle and still have all the young guys. The Knicks are a rebuilding team, and a trade for Lonzo gives them a solid person to build around. Trading off Frank Ntilikina and Reggie Bullock for Lonzo Ball is a move that would benefit both teams. For the Pelicans, they are getting a defensive-minded guard in Ntilikina and another trade asset in Bullock. For the Knicks, Ball could become the point guard of the future for their team, and Lonzo is playing an offense that does not play to his strengths. So with the Knicks, they're going to trade him for more on-ball opportunities to showcase his talent. Also, Lonzo is another player that can grow with RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, and both ass.
That's a two-pack
with Chris
ass.
Paul being traded from the Rockets to the Thunder last season, Many people
That's
thought
a
his
nice
career
little
might be
two-pack.
over, but Chris proved them otherwise and maintained his game on a new team. This year, Chris averaged 17 points, 5
Chris Paul ain't
rebounds,
going
and
nowhere.
7
Let me-
assists, all while leading
Chris
the
Paul ain't
Thunder
going
to a
nowhere.
40-24 record
he
and a
finishing
5th
off
seed in
his
the
career in
playoffs.
Oklahoma. I
But
ain't gonna lie
despite
to you.
him still
He ain't
proving to
going
be the
nowhere.
efficient point guard we've known him as, trade rumors have been circling his name for the last year regardless.
He not
There
going
are a
nowhere.
handful of teams in the league that could use a veteran scoring guard like Chris
but are
Paul,
not
but
giving
the
him
Lakers
$40 million,
are the front runner
like-
in the situation, and with CP3's off-court relationship with LeBron, a move sending CP3 to LA makes complete sense. In terms of the Lakers, it's very straightforward what they get in Chris Paul. In this trade, the Thunder would get much more manageable players that they could either move their contracts or
Who
buy
would they
them
give it
out.
up?
Paul would fill the role that everyone wished Rondo could fill, and he would be a primary playmaker
What's the trade?
along with LeBron. This would be crucial because it would take a lot of the offensive responsibilities off of LeBron's back. On top of this, Paul is notorious for being one of the best pick-and-roll ball handlers in NBA history. Having the freak of nature that's Anthony Davis, it would be almost impossible to stop a pick and roll between
What's
the
the
two.
trade,
On the
though?
defensive side of the ball, adding Paul would do a lot for the Lakers defense. CP3 is a player that is notorious for being an on-ball pest, and especially during the playoffs, he would be someone who could lock up some of the best point guards in the league. With Chris Paul eager to finally make a statement in the
I'm
playoffs
honestly kinda
and
interested
finally
in that.
make the NBA
As a
Finals
Lakers
for the
fan, I'm
first
kinda
time,
interested in
putting
that.
him back in LA
As
is
much
the
shit
way
as
to
I
do
be
so.
talking about
The Lakers
Chris
were
Paul,
already
hold
the
on,
top
Chris Paul
team
and
in
the
the
Lakers
West
would
before
be
the
lit.
hiatus, and many felt they weren't playing to their potential just
Chris
yet.
Paul and the
So
Lakers
adding
would be
someone
lit.
like Chris makes the team that much better.
Yeah,
as he's
I'm liking
already
that.
paired alongside superstars and complemented them well with the Clippers and Rockets over the last few years. With DeMar DeRozan trying to bring a
they never
championship
said
back to
who they
San
were thinking about
Antonio over the
trading.
past few
I don't know,
seasons,
but I'm
the
not
Spurs
giving him
have done
Davis.
much worse than expected,
I'm
and
not
now
giving
it's
him
only
Danny
a
Green.
matter of time before DeRozan finds his way on a contending team. Although the Spurs are struggling,
You know what I
DeMar
mean?
has been able to
Not
maintain a
giving him
solid
Davis
stat
or
line,
Danny Green.
averaging 22
Not doing
points,
that.
5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. But the Spurs are sitting at the low end of the Western Conference with a record of
Anybody
27
else
and
you could maybe
36. As odd as it sounds, the team looking at DeRozan the hardest is none other than the Toronto Raptors, who traded him away for Kawhi Leonard in the summer of 2018. As for the possibility of a Raptors
doing
reunion,
DeRozan for
a Western
Kuz?
Conference
I give
executive
y'all-
told Frank
I give
Urbina
y'all
that it sounds
Kuz.
crazy, but Toronto actually makes a lot of sense as a landing spot for DeRozan. As far as what Toronto is giving up,
And
it would
one more
probably
person.
have to be a first-round pick
I was
plus
gonna say
Serge
JaVale, but
Ibaka
then I
or
was like,
Marc
ah.
Gasol. Kyle
And I was
Lowry
like,
and DeMar DeRozan weren't able to make it happen in Toronto for many years, but with the additions of young players
They
as well as
traded
Pascal
DeRozan out of there.
Siakam,
Guys, you can bring
the
your weak ass
Raptors
back.
know that if they were able
Kawhi's
to sign
gonna come back
DeRozan,
now.
they could easily repeat.
bring your weak ass back to
With Rudy
Toronto.
Gobert being the sole big man in Utah for the past 7 seasons, winning multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards, his relationship with guard Donovan Mitchell has been starting to slip. The bond between them grew even further when Rudy Gobert was the first player in the NBA to get the coronavirus.
When he started sucking
And
all the
shortly
mics,
after
he's
he
like,
got it, it was announced
I
that
bet he was
Donovan
coughing on
Mitchell
niggas
also
in
had it.
He's like,
Despite
oh,
the
no,
chemistry
bro, I don't
starting
got it.
to
He was
fade
like,
between them,
he was licking
Rudy
his
was
hands
able
and
to
smacking
still
Donovan
average
Mitchell in the
15 points,
face.
13 rebounds, and 1 assist per game,
smacking
which
his
ultimately
face.
helped get the Jazz to a record of 41 and 23 and a 4th seed in the West. The Boston Celtics seem to be the main team looking at acquiring Rudy Gobert, as they have been deemed one of the smallest teams in the league with Daniel Theis as their starting big man. This deal would fix the
Nice.
Celtics center position with Gobert and Gordon Hayward, as they already established a nice pick and roll in Utah, and the two teams are currently built very much alike. One NBA insider even said his skill set fits perfectly with the current state of their roster and would easily make themselves favorites to represent the Eastern
Yeah, that would
Conference
be
in the
nice if
NBA
they were able
Finals
to pull
next
that
season.
off. That
With
would
Derrick
be-
Rose being able to come back despite numerous
Where's
injuries
Ben
just shows
Simmons,
the
man?
fight and will he has in him to succeed in this league. But recently he's been dealing with
Don't
trade
nobody want
rumors that
D-Rose,
might
man.
send him
Fuck
out of
off.
Detroit. With a record of 20 and 46, the Pistons are most definitely in rebuild mode, so making a big trade for Rose makes lots of sense. And with Rose averaging 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, which are all numbers very similar to his career highs, Rose also isn't making too much this year that it would be impossible to construct a trade for him. Rose's contract is worth just north of $7 million this year, with a nearly $8 million team option for next season, so trading him wouldn't be hard. The Lakers seem to be the front runner for Rose due to the team needing a more traditional point guard, and Rose fits that spot. He would give the Lakers some playmaking and scoring punts, as well as a secondary ball handler to ease the burden of LeBron James in that area far more effectively than anyone else on the roster has to this point. And as much as Caruso has become a fan favorite, trading him for Rose is full of logic. Caruso is a valuable player for this team, but dealing for Rose potentially would solve the Lakers' biggest
I would trade Caruso for him.
76ers have no doubt been a solid team
I would definitely
over
trade
the
Caruso
last few
for him.
years. But many feel the team hasn't lived up to the potential. This has led to rumors surrounding their stars, and Ben Simmons is no stranger to this. It actually has raised a lot of headlines that Golden State is looking to trade their top pick of the 2020 NBA draft for another complimentary player, and Ben is one of the players on their radar. With the Warriors having a down year due to Kevin Durant departing in free agency
that would be a
and
nice
injuries
pick because Ben
suffered to
Simmons
Clay
don't want
and
to shoot
Steph,
the
it's
goddamn
only
ball
right
anyways.
rumors began circling their team as they sat at the bottom of the standings. And one player they've been interested in is
They
Ben
put
Simmons.
Ben Simmons on
Many
LA.
have clowned Ben's jump shot
He's not gonna be
ability
able to
and made
focus
memes
at
about
all,
over
boy.
the
He
past
gonna be
few
fucking
years, which
all
is something
the
that will
times.
definitely have to change
All.
coming into the new
Boy,
season.
he gonna
During
damn
the
near get
hiatus,
Kendall
Ben
pregnant.
actually
Boy,
talked
Kendall
about his
gonna
infamous
love it.
jump
What?
shot, saying,
Warriors
"I know it's going to
courtside,
come. It's a
she'll
matter
love
of me
it."
being comfortable doing it. Some of that is just getting the reps
You
in.
try to
I
pull
can take a
Kendall,
hook
go to
shot from
Golden
the
State.
elbow because I've done it so
If
many
you're trying to
times.
pull him for real,
I'm
if you're trying to
confident
big
it will
cuff,
go
then
in.
go to Golden
I could be
State.
one of those
I ain't gonna lie
guys
to you.
shooting
Go to
30%
Golden
right
State.
now, but I'd rather be one of those guys shooting 40%. But Ben's all-around game could prove to be extremely efficient around
Because
so
Ben
many
is never
stars
gonna
like
win on the
Steph Curry,
Sixers,
Klay
because the
Thompson,
Sixers
and
requires
Andrew
Ben
Wiggins.
Simmons to do
Not
too
only
much.
could it open up the opportunity
You
for
know what I
him
mean?
to
If
be at the
he
top of the
can
league
stand
in
on the
assists,
Sixers, he gotta
could
score
also
27,
develop the shot he
30
desperately
points
wants
for
to
them to
improve, while
to
also
really
having an
win.
easy
He
way
don't
to
wanna
the
do
lane
that.
on dunk attempts.
He going to
because
Warriors, he can
such
play
elite
this little
players
soft
go to the
ass
three-point line.
shit he be
If
doing.
you've
You know what I
enjoyed
mean?
this video,
He can do this little soft ass, these little soft ass 12-point games with 10 assists. You know what I mean? They be like, that's what Sixers fans are. Okay, but he had 10 assists. He had 17 assists, Clark. Nigga, I don't give a damn about none of them assists, Benz. I don't give a damn. What are points? Boy, get a jumper. You know what I mean? He not going, yeah, he stay on the Sixers. That shit out. He never going to win with the style he got. But if he go to Golden State, he can do that little soft ass style, and it could work. That would be interesting. That would be interesting if they pull that off. Did like a little Wiggins. Did like a little, if they traded the number 1 pick to the Sixers with Wiggins for Simmons. Tough. Who would the Sixers even pick up if they had? Would they go for them? I don't even know. Anyways, that's going to do it. That video was interesting. I liked it. As much shit as I talk about Chris Paul, I'm not going to lie. Let's do it. Chris Paul on the Lakers. Let's do it. If you're going to take up all that cap space, we're not going to be able to get anybody else. Then I don't want to do it. Like, I still want it because we'll have another max pick at the end of the season if the season ever fucking starts back up. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to get Chris Paul and then we don't got no money for another pick because we just paid. Yeah, nah, that's not a vibe. But if we could somehow pick him up and still be able to get a pick, that would be lit. But his contract, that's just, it's so much goddamn money. Anyways, that's going to do it, man. I'll leave a link to Rebound's channel, Rebound Center's channel in the description. I didn't even know about this channel until like a week ago. But they post a lot of dope ass videos. So yeah, I'll leave a link to them. Go check them out. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do probably a giveaway on Instagram tomorrow when I drop my new pick. So be on the lookout for that. Till next time, it's been your boy, and that's gonna do it for today. 3 slammers. I'm back. I'm not sick. High energy. You know me, man. I'm here. I hope y'all enjoyed. Go check out that video on my other channel and just. I hope when we look at these people that were like, I hope I don't see any of my boys, any of my dogs on here, anybody that I really like. You know what I mean, guy or girl. I hope I don't see anybody too crazy. That's gonna really hurt me if they got whatever. Oh man, that's gonna. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna look at all of the people that lied on MTV Cribs.